The Illusion of Legitimacy. How scammers use luxurious offices to deceive investors and clients. In the digital age, scams have evolved far beyond simple phishing emails or phone calls. Today's most dangerous fraudsters operate with a frightening degree of sophistication, blending deception, psychology, and visual credibility. One of the most effective tactics in their arsenal is creating a physical illusion of success. Renting luxurious office space and hiring a small but legitimate-looking staff to project the image of a thriving, trustworthy company. This article explores how scammers build such illusions, the psychological principles behind them, real-world examples of similar schemes, and the warning signs that can help individuals and businesses avoid falling victim. The setup: building the perfect facade. Every con artist knows the first rule of deception: appearance is power. Scammers deliberately rent high-end office spaces in prestigious business districts, often with marble lobbies, glass conference rooms, and expensive furniture. These surroundings immediately create an aura of success and professionalism. For victims walking into such a space, seeing employees in suits, branded materials, and a busy reception area creates instant trust. The environment says, "We're legitimate." Fraudsters often go as far as displaying awards, framed licenses, and even fabricated testimonials or certificates on the walls. Some will host investor meetings, offer refreshments, and give detailed presentations backed by slick brochures or websites. In many cases, these scammers are not hiding, they are performing. Every inch of the office is part of the script. How the scam operates. Once the physical illusion is in place, the scam can take many forms. Investment fraud. The company presents itself as a promising startup, real estate fund, or crypto trading firm. Investors are invited to the lavish office, shown impressive charts, and promised high returns. Once enough money is collected, the operation vanishes, leaving investors with losses and unanswered calls. Advance fee schemes. Fraudsters may claim to help clients secure loans, contracts, or government grants for an upfront fee. The professional setting convinces victims that they're dealing with credible advisors. After the fee is paid, the company goes silent. Employment scams. Some scams target job seekers, offering positions in impressive offices that turn out to be fronts for identity theft or pyramid schemes. Ponzi and MLM operations. Fraudulent investment clubs or wealth academies often operate from rented spaces, holding flashy events to recruit members. Early participants are paid with the funds of newer ones until the structure collapses. Fake tech or consulting firms. These companies claim to offer software, digital marketing, or consulting services, accepting large payments for services never rendered. Their offices serve mainly as a prop for legitimacy. The psychology behind the deception. The reason this tactic works is rooted in human psychology. People are visual decision makers. We instinctively trust what looks credible. A luxury office, polished logo, and well-dressed staff play directly into our cognitive bias known as the halo effect. The tendency to assume that if something looks professional, it must also be professional. Scammers exploit this subconscious bias. They know that people are far less likely to question documents, contracts, or promises when the presentation feels genuine. It's a carefully constructed illusion designed to disarm skepticism. Moreover, humans equate success with safety. When we see signs of prosperity, expensive furniture, branded merchandise, confident staff, we assume stability and ethical conduct. In reality, scammers often burn money on appearances because image is their most powerful marketing tool. Real-world examples. 1. The WeWork-style investment scam. In one major U.S. case, a fraudster leased an entire floor in a downtown skyscraper to run an investment fund. He hired real receptionists, displayed fake Bloomberg terminals, and even held investor lunches in the office's glass-walled conference room. Dozens of victims poured millions into the fake fund. By the time regulators stepped in, the offices were empty, and the scammer had vanished overseas. 2. The crypto front office. During the 2017 to 2021 crypto boom, several fraudulent trading platforms established real offices to reassure skeptical investors. They hosted flashy launch events, rented co-working spaces, and hired temporary employees to pose as analysts. Once the operation drew enough investors, withdrawals were frozen, and the founders disappeared, often leaving behind unpaid rent and confused staff. 3. The Dubai Gold Trading Scam. In Dubai's financial district, scammers rented luxury office space and claimed to broker gold trades for international clients. Their offices had polished branding, security guards, and even a gold-plated company sign. When investigators arrived after complaints, they found only abandoned furniture. The gold never existed. Why luxurious offices work so well? Social proof. People assume that if a company can afford an expensive office, others must trust and invest in it too. Accessibility. Illusion. A physical space gives victims a false sense of control. They believe they can find the company if something goes wrong. Reassurance for regulators. A real office presence often deters early scrutiny from banks, landlords, or authorities. Media and PR leverage. Scammers may invite journalists or influencers for interviews or product launches in their posh offices to gain legitimacy. The financial mechanics behind the facade. It might seem contradictory. Why would a scammer spend large sums on rent and decor? The answer lies in return on deception. Every dollar spent on presentation often returns tenfold in victim trust and investment. Luxury offices act as bait in a high-stakes confidence game. Scammers know that wealthy investors expect professional environments. Without one, they'd never get in the door. Thus, the office becomes part of the investment pitch, an asset that buys credibility. However, these operations are designed for short-term gain. Lease payments often stop after a few months, employees are dismissed, and the company dissolves, usually just before victims realize the scam. Warning signs to watch. For even the most polished offices can hide deception. Here are key red flags. Pressure to invest. Quickly, scammers often use urgency to prevent victims from conducting due diligence. Vague or unverifiable claims, promises of guaranteed returns, or exclusive opportunities are typical warning signs. Unclear financial records. If the company avoids providing audited statements or regulatory documentation, be cautious. New company with lavish setup. A business that's barely a few months old but operating from a premium address should raise questions. Unregistered or unlicensed activities. Always verify licenses with local financial authorities or chambers of commerce. Temporary or virtual staff. Some scammers hire freelance receptionists or assistants who have no idea of the larger scheme. How to protect yourself. Verify the business registration. Check government databases for incorporation details. Request proof of operations. Ask for verifiable client references, regulatory filings, or audited accounts. Inspect beyond the surface. Don't be impressed by the environment. Focus on facts, contracts, and transparency. Use official channels. Always verify bank accounts, licenses, and credentials through official regulatory sources. Trust but verify. Even genuine-looking companies deserve careful scrutiny before you hand over money or data. Conclusion: the illusion is powerful, but not impenetrable. A luxurious office can make a scam feel real. But as history and countless victims have shown, glamour does not equal legitimacy. Behind the polished glass walls, some of the most elaborate frauds in history have unfolded, fueled by appearances, trust, and misplaced confidence. By understanding how scammers construct these facades, individuals and businesses can stay alert to the warning signs. Real success is built on transparency, accountability, and verifiable results, not rented luxury. Ultimately, awareness is the best defense against deception dressed in designer suits.